We are live. Hello, everyone. In today's sessions, called AI in project management, do it right or done it right. We are going to see how actually the artificial intelligence can become our leadership superpower if use it correctly. If you worry that AI will take your job or run the project for you, well, we are here for talking about this myth. AI isn't here for replacing any project manager, but it's here for helping you, supporting you, and more specifically for augment your skills, your insight, and your impact as well. So if you are in the phase that, let's put the slide for our talk. So if you are here in the situation where, AI is here for taking jobs, for replacing managers, for automate everything, the truth is just like there is no replacement until you are doing something more than what actually a machine can do. What I mean with that is just like if you use the AI for the automatization, but then inside you add your leadership skills and your decision-making skills, AI cannot replace you yet. AI gives you shaper tools, but at the end of the day, it's always your expertise, it's always your experience and your vision that actually drives the project. So keep this in mind. AI, at the end of the day, cannot replace you until you are just going to put all your experiences, all your expertise, and all your beliefs and visions inside your project for driving the team and the project itself. So here I have put three macro areas where I think that actually AI can be very useful for us as a project managers, but it won't replace our job completely. So let's see. Let's come back here. No, sorry. Remove. Just add the slide again. I'm just trying to make everything as visible as possible, so I'm still getting used to this program, to the software. So as I was saying, AI actually can empower project managers. How? Here there are three areas where AI creates real leverage for anyone that runs a project. First of all, we can easily use it in the planning. In this case, AI helps us in structure the plan faster. How? By mapping dependencies, checking resources, and providing options that you are human and you might miss. It's normal. I know that some people feel like failure here, saying but I'm human. I was supposed to know it. Life gets in the way. You can have a bad day, and unfortunately, life goes on for all the rest of the team. So it's perfectly fine if you have a support that is gonna help you to stay on track. Why you're sure not to use it? That's completely pointless. A second macro area, I would say, this is like gold prediction. If you know me quite well right now, you really know that I believe that one of the reasons why many project managers fails is because we are so overwhelmed with everyday tasks that actually we can't really work in the predictions. And just remember, if we are expert, we are supposed to be able to predict as much as possible future scenarios. I mean, I know that a lot of us just have so many things piling up on their desks that actually they do not have the time even to look at the week ahead. My own suggestions always, I saw that my job as a manager works better when I am able to work on a 4 weeks ahead plan or 6 weeks ahead plan in the day-to-day tasks. Of course, I'm not talking about the program of the project. There is something completely different. So prediction is really, really important. And instead, what is happening, it's that many times people are just trying to work through the day or trying to arrive at the Friday, and then Monday, everything is like a new adventure to live, you know. So in this case, predictions is really, really important for us. And advantages AA forecast can really help us. How? In identifying, mitigating, and possibly deleting risks, identifying as well early warning signs, so we are gonna able to minimize the impact on our project, on our leading, and on our people. And at the same time, I just put here that is gonna help us in predicting like budgeting and timelines. So it ensures that our work with budget and times are gonna be like more accurate than what could be. And this is a big, like a huge advantages when we are going to talk with our client, because we are protecting the two goal that every client trusts the most in a project, that are time and budget. Remember that the project is different from a product, and in a project the client is always investing without knowing exactly if it's gonna get something at the end, because we know that a project might never comes to an end if through our journey, our path, we do not have the justification for the business anymore. So we might close earlier our project, and the client is not able to put the product on the market, and is not gonna able to gain any money back in return. So we always know that a project, it's always a risk, and it's always high risk. So if we are able to protect time and budget for our clients, they are gonna be the happiest clients ever, and they are gonna become our best testimonials. Let's move forward. Another macro area is performances tracking. So here, I mean, is AI helps us in dynamic dashboards with update in real times, spotting who needs help, what is going off track, and for some reason we are missing it. We know that something goes off track all the time, and it's not always easy to like stay up to them. And at the same time, it's just gonna help us in understanding where intervene. So I mean, AI is not only about automatizations and data analysis, but it catalyzes better decision making. So based on, for instance, like data analysis, we are able to react earlier and mitigate. I was just mixing up the two words, sorry. So we are just gonna be able to minimize or mitigate like the risk and the impact that can have on our project. And this is also true like in terms of resources. So we are going to be able to allocate better resources because it just can help us in understanding what it's missing where and what could be the good fit that's going to match our needs. And as well, it's going to help us a lot in team communication if use it correctly. So in this way, every stage of project management becomes more adaptive and responsive as well. So here, let's move forward and let's see how what is like the number one mistake that many founders, CEOs, and business owners do every day in 2025. So the number one mistake is just like most AI tools fails in real businesses because of poor integration with the team workflow and their values. So in reality, the problem itself is not AI, but it's how we are integrating it, how we are using it, and how we are just using it in terms of like prompts, like in terms of providing the correct instructions in a way that AI is going to be able to give us the best correct answer ever. And at the same time, it's like also how we are going to read those data. So many organizations are just running out of time many times. And they just believe that if they're going to add a new tool inside the company, they can save their nights. And therefore, they rush in adopting AI technologies, hoping for quick wins. But biggest mistake leaders make is implementing AI tools without first restructuring and aligning any internal processes to the new tools, workflows for the new tools, and also cultures. Just for giving you an based on my own experience, in constructions, there had been like, I would say, mainly in the last 10 years, maybe something even longer. But in the last 10 years, construction has implemented their services with the BIM. BIM stands for Building Information Management, modeling, not management. And what happened was just like many times when I was working in this project, the number one issue were just that the founder were taking some deals with the clients, thinking that the computer, the software, the BIM software was doing everything much quicker than what was a project before the introduction of the BIM. In reality, people were always supposed to setting up the software for creating the project as per contract. And this has created a lot of issues in milestone and deadlines, because in reality, the milestones that were taken were so unrealistic. We're not taking care about what actually was meaning install implementing the BIM inside the new project. So just for like talking for whoever is coming from construction world and might better understand, before people were using CAD and now they're using BIM. What is the main difference between these two systems? CAD was very fast at the beginning and was taking so long time at the end because there was nothing to set up and everything was just like point. It was like bespoke and you were supposed to come back through the time. So if you were changing something like after 2 months, maybe you were supposed to update other 10 drawings. In the BIM, instead, is the opposite system, is the opposite process. So it's supposed to take a lot of time at the beginning for setting up everything correctly, and then as more or less AI, you just write a prompt and it's gonna create everything back. So it's gonna take, for instance, so long to set up a wall, and then you create a line that needs to be a wall, and that line is going to create the wall in 3D, in plan, in sections, in a thermal value if you have set up all them as well. So I mean, the two systems worked differently, and what I saw is just like I don't know if it's a lot of time or a few times, it was missing this starting point for setting up the project based on the BIM standard. And this has created issues at the end of the day. So not implementing correctly the new technologies into the team, the internal processes, has bring the company to fail in delivering the project. And this is exactly what is going to happen with AI in your project. Just remember, when you want to integrate AI, it's not a matter of only installing a new software, but it's a matter also of implementing your culture, your business logic, and your day-to-day habits as well. So another thing, if AI is not implemented and or you have inefficiencies processes, putting automatization is not gonna solve the problem at the root. So if your process is inefficient, it's just gonna keep being inefficient even with AI, because AI is not gonna solve any issue. AI is just gonna able to create if you have already solved the issue on its behalf. So here just put what you have to had a look at. So I just put like automating broken processes. So if your project approval workflow is slow, unclear, overloaded with redundant steps, AI might speed it up. But as I was saying earlier, if you won't fix the root, the causes that unclarity in roles or like lack of accountabilities because people do not know who's responsible of. If you don't fix that, if you don't fix the foundation first, AI tools it's just gonna automate chaos, and maybe it's more like it's gonna amplify it. As well, I just put like a misalignment with how people actually work. Remember the keyword here, it's how, because teams have established habits, communication styles, and a lot of unwritten rules. If AI tools forces unnatural workflows, excessive like logins, unfamiliar practices, and everything like it is very twisted, at the end of the day, like it's gonna frustrate your team member, and it's just gonna create frictions and resistance. So people may avoid using AI or like use it wrongly, and this is gonna definitely damaging productivity and morale inside the team. Another things to have a look at is going to be like ignoring company values and priorities. So if your organization value transparency, if your organization values are transparencies, collaboration, or adaptability, but AI is just going to act like a box, a black box, and hide like the reasons why you're doing something, and it's just gonna demand in a rigid way like templates. What is happening at the end of the day, the trust is gonna be broken, and again, like people are just gonna try sneaky ways, sneaking shortcuts for avoiding using it. So AI always needs to align with your culture and support your way of working. It means that if you are a founder that is used to compare yourself with other friends that have other companies, etc., just keep in mind that every software, everything needs to be tailored to fit the purpose of your company. So if for some reason like you are like your business owner's friend is using well like an AI tool, doesn't mean like necessary, doesn't mean that it's gonna fit your company as well. So always work with the feedbacks that you are receiving from your people. Another point to have a look at is going to be lack of customization to business logic. So, I mean, AI works well if you train it as you want. Example, in content creation, I heard a lot of time that if you're training ChatGPTs for like with your talking style, actually at the end of the day you're gonna have a content that sounds exactly like you, and it's true. And this is something that you need to do in your business as well. If you are going to do something without any customization, I mean, the outputs are not going to reflect your company's beliefs, values, definitions, mottos, successes, your story, like. And so, if you're not going to do that, everything will be like irrelevant, because you are going to sound like other X companies, and AI is not going to be effective for you. It's not going to lead you anywhere in this case. So always remember to adapt your unique business values and beliefs. Another things to have a look at is no integrations with existing systems. So this is another mistakes that I can see every day in 2025. if AI doesn't connect smoothly with your current project management tools or communication platforms, or even your filing sharing system, I mean, it's just you're just not gonna go anywhere. You might risk like duplication in the work, duplication in the effort, frustration, and fragmented informations that are just gonna create more unclarity and more chaos at the end of the day. So another things that a lot of companies are really missing is dealing with change management and training. I think that people that knows a little about me already knows that I'm very keen about change management. Because we are always talking about a change in our lives. We always want to improve. We always want to get better. But for some reason, every change comes with a discomfort, and people get like frustrated, get uncomfortable in the change. They start panicking, and many of them fails because they are not able to deal with this limbo time. I like to call it like a limbo time, when you pass from the point A to move to the point B. But I mean, I do not know why people are not gonna improve themselves doing training every time they have a change. I can see like my computer asking for like an update in the software, in the operational systems, and so on, like every few weeks, a few months. I would say like every 6 months at least, my computer, my phone, my tablet is asking install this update. So if our technology needs that, and we're using that technology, why we are not supposed to update our brains as well? This doesn't make any sense. I can see a lot of people just like taking the degrees, starting a job, and this is happening a lot with your team members. And when they're gonna take the job, they're gonna be like 25, so maybe 30, and if you meet them when they're gonna be 40, many of them, they do not have any type of new training on their back. So it means that the way of thinking, their ideas, their like systems are still based on 10, 15 years back. And this is probably the reason why, I mean, the boards had put CPDs and all those credit, forcing like architects, engineers, lawyers, and so on in improving themselves, because it's something needed. So missing change management and training is one of the biggest mistakes you can do right now, especially if you want to integrate AI inside your business. Why? Because tools will not be as clear as they might look like. You do not really know how to take the best advantage from that tool, and the result that you might get are just going to be mediocre. And you don't want that. You want the best. You worked so hard for the best, not for getting any mediocre result. So yeah, I mean, just keep in mind that you need to train yourself, and you need to train the people for introducing AI inside your businesses. Let's move forward. So how can we actually use AI? So these are 4 steps. Redesign your workflow and decision making structure, because right now you just need to like water shape to the new system that you're going to use. Involved team early, so make them part of the change, give them reasons for understanding why they actually needs to change, because no one wants to change if they can't see a better outcome at the end of the path. So just keep your team involved, and like you are always saying something like we are family, so please use the same structure you will use inside your family. Make them part of the family if you want them to work well and efficiently for you. Just choose tools that fit your culture and respect your value. There are so many AI tools out there right now, and I'm sure that in the future there's going to be more and more of them. Just for instance, we have ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and so many others. Each one of them, in reality, I mean, they are not one of the copy of the other. They might sound one of the copy of the other, but in reality, they are one specialized in one single topic, because they had made by different companies which had different values and different beliefs. And these cores are inside the system. So when you choose AI tools for implementing your business work, just making sure that they are fit your goal as well. And then as the last things that you can do is just like invest in change management and training. I'm not gonna go longer on this point. So in a nutshell, I mean, AI in reality, if use it correctly, if we use it in the right way, it's gonna amplify our strength. It's gonna help us in shining any blind spot that, you know, we are human and we might miss. That's perfectly fine. Don't panic. Doesn't mean anything bad. You're just a human. You might have a bad day, and you have support to help you in getting back on track. And at the same time, you know, with automatization, etc., why not? You might free your time as well and dedicate it to something that is gonna gives you energies to keep moving forward in your business. So it could be also like time dedicating to your family, to your beloved, to yourself, to sport. That's perfectly fine, because it's just self-care, and it just gonna helps you in be focused in the deep work for your business. So for finishing this really long live, I have I highlighted 3 more topics that might fit AI in project management. So drop me a DM or comments for let me know if you might be interested. I didn't include them here because, as you can see, this live is already too long, and I didn't want like to be even longer. So we might dedicate another live to one of this topic. So let me know if you are interested, and I'm gonna throw them in the next future. So I have highlighted here project delivery, how it was there then and how it's now, where AI tools add values inside PMs and where not, of course, and the difference between AI tools and AI thinking. So let me know more. Drop me a message or drop a comment below here, and I will be more than happy in develop those lives as well. Thanks for joining so much. Drop your questions and experiences below, and I can't wait to see you in the next live. Bye.